Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I am going to share some words about Fathih rahimuhullah, the real hero of Romania. The Ottoman Empire, may Allah reward them, did an amazing job in establishing Islam. However, it was not just this. Many of us already know about this. We know that they conquered Constantinople, but as I said, that there is much that we don't know. For an example, many of us are not aware of the time that Muhammad al-Fathih rahimahullah fought against Dracula. You have heard of Dracula before? When I say Dracula, you're probably thinking a vampire. You are saying, Ya Musa, you are telling me that Muhammad al-Fathih rahimahullah fought a vampire? What's next? Is he for a Superman? No, actually not. Dracula was a real man. There was a real man named Dracula, and he ruled over the southern part of the country, what we call today Romania. Now Muhammad al-Fathih rahimahullah, as he began to advance into Eastern Europe, for an example Bosnia, Serbia, Hungary, all of these lands, the people of the Valachi of southern Romania, they wanted to fight against Ottomans. However, they were very weak, and so they had to make a peace deal with the Ottomans. So as a part of this peace deal, Muhammad al-Fathih rahimahullah, he said to the ruler, he said, you have to send me 2 of your sons, and we will send them to Istanbul to be educated. The Istanbul means Turkey. So he sent his 2 sons, one was named Vlad and one was named Radu. Now Vlad is the one who we know as Dracula, because the word Dracula, it means son of Dracula, which was the name of his father Dracul. It means Satan, it means devil. So he is the son of Satan, and this is actually quite relevant. It's rather fitting when you hear about this man totally. What happened was, they went to Constantinople and they studied about Islam, and his brother actually became a Muslim. So the brother of Dracula, Radu, became a Muslim. He memorized the Quran, he studied so much about Islam, and even Dracula studied the Quran. Even though he was not a Muslim, he spoke Arabic, he spoke Persian, he spoke Turkish, and of course the Romanian and other languages. And later on he was sent back to his country, where as Radu remained, and he became the ruler of his country, because Ottomans realized they can't send a Muslim to rule over the country because they are Christians. They wanted to send Vlad, Dracula, so that they could get him there and then defeat him in a war, and they would rule the country. However, Dracula, he decided that he was not going to do what the Sultan wanted. The Sultan sent 2 emissaries to people to come speak with him, and they said to him, you must pay the jizya. Now that you are the ruler of this country, you have to pay us jizya. And so Dracula, he said to them, if you want to step inside my court, you have to take off your turban. Turban means it's a cap what Muslims wear. You have to take off your turban. And so they said, no, we will not remove it for you. We are not going to remove it for a kafir. So he said, take it off. They again refused. So he told someone to come with some very big nails and hammer, and he said, if they refuse to remove it for me, then they will never remove it again. And he commanded that their turbans be nailed into their heads, and of course in this effect killed them. So this was an act of war. Dracula had decided that he wanted to go to war with the Islamic State, and so Muhammad al-Fathih rahimahullah, he sent a massive army go and fight against them. But Dracula, because of his tactics and the fact that he knew about Ottomans very well, he was able to defeat them on some occasions. Now what he did is what really makes him stand out as being an absolute devil. Dracula, what he did is, when they would kill a person, well, sometimes they would not kill them, they would capture them. He did something which is called impaling. Now if you have not heard of anything about impaling, it's pretty gruesome thing to start to describe. what thing would do is they would get a very big stick, they make it sharp at one end, and they would insert it through your backside, pass it through your body until it's come out from your mouth. They would impaling them, they would pass this through their body. Lots of time they would be alive as well, and this is how they would kill them. And then they would put this in the ground and impale them next person and put him next to him. And the Ottoman army, when they went to go to check on their troops, they found that on one of the very long road leading to the capital of the area, they found 20,000 Muslims impaled along the sides of the road. Imagine this, Yani, we suffer today. I no doubt we suffer as a Muslims today, but things like this, you can't really compare 20,000 of them impaled. You can't imagine how Muhammad al-Fathih rahimuhullah he feels. To see even one Muslim killed is too much. But to mutilate their bodies after this was something which was beyond what was acceptable. And so he decided to send Radu. He was the brother of Dracula. He sent him to go fight against his own brother. And eventually Radu rahimahullah, he was able to eventually catch up by his brother. This is after he commits so many more atrocities. Even the Christians, they started to back off from him, because what happened was, he being Romanian, he was Orthodox, he was not Catholic, but he actually said to the Pope, he said, if you give me some more troops, I will become a Catholic for you. Anything you want, I will change my religion for you. He could not care. He was not a man of true belief. He was only a man of pragmatism on the battlefield. And so even the Christians started to make distance themselves from this man. However, the Muslims caught up with him and they faced him, battled, and it's unclear if the Muslims killed him or its own people turned upon him and killed. But either way, Dracula was killed by Al-Fatih rahimahullah. The Muslims army defeated Dracula, and so what he did was, he removed his head and he took it to the city of Istanbul and he put it on a very large stick, and he impaled his head and put it on the gates of the Constantinople, where it stood for about 2-3 months, to say, if you want to be like this man, wage war against us. This was the damage of Dracula. And again, as Muslims, most of us would not even know about this. How many people know what Dracula was a real man? We as Muslims, we fought him and we kill him. You know how they say garlic killed Dracula, silver bullets through the heart, or the wooden stake. None of this killed Dracula. Muslims finished Dracula. This is how our all Muslim heroes face the problems.